Today is day 353 of web development. It is also Thursday, July 7th, 2022. And today I just want to go back to yesterday and kind of fix something that I didn't like. So I'm going to go to my code here and I'm going to go down here and fork this, which is basically making a copy. And I'm just going to change the navigation bar because I don't like it. So I'm going to go here to the A tags, which should be somewhere here. And instead of a background of white, I don't want it to have any background, except I do though want it to have, it's probably because of here, content. Oops, changed the wrong thing. I meant the navigation bar. Where is it? Here it is. Okay. I don't want it to have a background because it looks very bulky. And I'm just going to leave it like that. And then what I will do though is for the current page, I'll give it a background. So for example, for home, I'll grab home and I'll just put a span tag around it. And I'll just go back here to the CSS, scroll all the way down, just put dot span and give it a background of white. Oops, it's not a class, it's just an element, so that should work then. And then I should probably change the color of everything to be black, although that's probably not going to work because it's an A tag, so let's see if it works. No, it's not going to, oh, it is, okay, great, that worked. But here's the problem. So maybe I don't need it to be this thing. So maybe I'm going to go back over here, and instead of this, I'll just turn this to white. I'll turn that to white, and then the color needs to be black. Right? And then I'll just give this padding of 10 pixels and a border radius of, I don't know, 10 pixels, depends on what border radius I put up here. What did I put? A border radius, padding of 8 pixels and border radius of 10 pixels. Let me just change those real quick. Alright, much better. Although, if I hover over it, it's much bigger, which is a problem. So maybe I'll overwrite that so that I hover over it. The background just changes to, oh no, but it is white already. So maybe, I don't know. Maybe instead of putting the span over the home, I could put the span over the A tag over here. But then that wouldn't work out that way. Let me open it in debug mode. It's looking better though. I just don't like that it's doing that. It has to do with the hover effect, so maybe I could just manually fix that over here. So when I hover over it, the background is white, the color is black. Maybe I don't need anything to happen. Oh, it's doing that because I told it to go up. There we go. There we go. Beautiful. Oh, but then that changes the stuff for the rest of them, which is a problem. But you know what I can do? I'll just give these a tag, or a class, excuse me. So I'll give these a class of link, and this one too, and just not give the home one class of link. And then I'll just go here and change this to dot link instead. And then it should work right except for the home, which is good. Although I do want, let me reload. It's not, this certain thing is not working though, which is a problem. Position relative to the nav bar A, it's not moving upwards. Oh, it is actually. Or is it? I can't tell. Either way, I think that's fine. Not that responsive here, but it is responsive here if I move it all the way to the minimum. Oops. Right, I do think that's much better. I could though do something else. I'd probably change the font size of the navigation bar so that they're all in one line when in the media queries. So I'll go here to the media queries and change the font size of the navigation bar to kind of be a little bit less than it was. I don't even know what the font size it was actually. So let's see. Much better. Alright, so let me see if it worked here. Well, it's working up until here, so that's good. But then it doesn't work that way, but it's going good here. Although maybe once it's, I just don't like when it's like that. It's kind of weird. Maybe as soon as it goes like this, so kind of over here, let me do Control Shift I to see where that is. So like as soon as it reaches, you know, 770 pixels. So at medium, and the max width is 770 pixels, I need the header to have a grid template column of 1R. See if that does anything. It does, but then it goes, so it's all the way to the right, which is the problem that I had before, so I have to fix that real quick. I'll actually probably, maybe instead of 700 pixels, but that doesn't make sense, then why is it like, what if I, oh, it does make sense. Okay, so maybe what I'll do is I'll just change this to 770 and delete this, save that, reload, exit out over here, and now that works into, oh, beautiful. Maybe actually I want it, as long as it's not full screen, maybe I want it to be, well, I think that's much better though. And then maybe as long as it's, did I change the font size to 15 pixels? Maybe when it hits Control Shift I, 500 pixels, right? So I'll do at media, max width 500 pixels. I'll select the nav bar, and the font size of everything should be maybe 12 pixels, which is smaller than 15 pixels, so it should probably fix a little bit here. I just want it to be the same line, so let's do something else. Let's do 10, maybe that would work. No, that doesn't make sense because I don't believe it's actually changing. So let me see, nav bar, font size 15 pixels, so that did work, but it's not working for this one. So when the max width is 500, how about I do flexibility, font size 10? It's not working. I do 50. Well, hold on. If I go here, Control Shift I, this is hold on. So when I reach maybe 600 pixels is when I need this to be something like 10 pixels. But it's still not working. The font size isn't changing. So what should I do? When the max width is 600 pixels, then change the font size to 10 pixels of everything in the navigation bar. So why is there nav bar? How about I am specific and select that A tag? There we go. Okay, so let's change that to 15. I think that's a little bit more nicer looking than what it had, before. But I guess there's a difference between setting the font size directly in navbar and setting the font size, with what do you call it, with directly with the link. So let me do 16 pixels because I just want it to all be in the same line, honestly. Perfect. Even if it's small, I want it to be in the same line. So it gets like that, and then responsive. The contact also works, so that's good. We could add, more of a margin for the modal. Maybe, maybe no. I think I'll leave it like that. But, alright, that's it for today. I'm gonna go to sleep now. Bye.